Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video about the new Seattle Seawolves ownership in MLR, Major League Rugby, the professional rugby union league inside the United States. That league started in 2017 for those unaware, and it's hard to find a sport that can gain momentum to ever compete with football, but in the last week and a half or so, Marshawn Lynch and Marcus Peters became part owners and investors in the Seattle Seawolves, who have been to 4 of the 7 or 8 championships, won 2 of them, the first 2 in 2018 and 2019 with in Major League Rugby. They won the whole thing, the championship. But yeah, this is just like a major thing, I think, for rugby, especially in the United States, where the cult following of rugby is large, but as a whole scale, it still needs to grow. And so people stepping in like Marcus Peters and Marshawn Lynch in such a public way that even Adam Schefter, of all people, was the people that I think made the announcement on X at first. That's just a big deal. And for a former rugby player who's trying to sneak his way back into playing a little ball, I'm really excited about this. It's just great because we need people with voices, with pocketbooks that aren't screwing themselves, and actors and the teams that they start within their own names to ruin it for a bunch of people. Shout out to the owner of F45 and the former owner of the Gill Groins and the Guillotines, or whatever they are. Stupid. But I'm not going to digress too far into that. But yeah, this is a major win for Major League Rugby, for rugby in the United States, where, you know, the individuals that play sports inside the U.S., playing a sport like rugby, where especially 15s, it takes selflessness to be a real team. Everybody has to pull their weight. Everybody has to do their part. You know, there's no small parts or small actors in rugby. Everybody's having to do their job. It's one of the most beautiful sports to me to play, not just watch, but specifically to play. And if you go on the Major League Rugby Wikipedia site, you'll see how every year the attendance for the championship has gone up and up and up. So chances are they're going to inch closer to 20,000 in attendance this year, if I had to guess, just with the partnerships with the Rugby Network and the likes thereof, with people like Marshawn Lynch and Marcus Peters, who are big names in Seattle, within the sports community there, who are also just paying attention and trying to get on the ground level of, not even the ground level, but just these now, you know, toddler going into adolescent years, these kid years of Major League Rugby. And once that hits double digits, it's probably off to the races. They've made it past that 5-year mark. The league has survived COVID. And for me specifically, one thing that I'd love to see is a women's league develop right alongside that. You look at Alona Mayer, I might have butchered her last name, but the traction she's gained in USA Rugby has gained as a whole just from the Sevens League, and now you have Premiership Rugby in the US. Things are looking up for rugby in the United States, and it's a good time to be growing up within the sport, the youth movement to be within the sport. Hopefully I can get back coaching some, as well as playing some here in the near future. That's half the goals, besides just doing all the other things that I'm involved in. But yeah, just kind of wanted to talk about that for a minute and just express some excitement and thank Marshawn Lynch and Marcus Peters for getting involved, because we need this for every team. We need this all over for the sport of rugby to grow. as far as inclusion's concerned, I don't think there's a sport available that can be as inclusive to men and women. That's not a major concern of mine, but for those that it is a concern, what better sport to provide that than rugby? So, yeah. Shout out to Major League Rugby, shout out to Premiership Rugby, shout out to Seattle Seawolves and all the other teams that are scrapping it out this year, wrapping up the season, going into this summer. And yeah, I hope to provide more rugby content on this channel as well as all the other things that I'd like to talk about. But this is Plum Nearly Fit with Lane. Y'all have a good day.